Welcome to the Jim Show with your host, Jim. Well, my contraction period is over and expansion has begun once again. So it looks like it's about a 2 week period. I think I'm going to try to record this and going forward, take some notes on this. I think it's a 2 week period for me of expansion and then about a 1 day contraction, and then I can get back at it. So what happened yesterday? Definitely took the day off for the most part. Completed my standard 30-day trial items. I did end up going to see a movie at a movie theater, which is something I rarely do. I was exposed to all that crappy marketing. I also had some crappy food, both some popcorn with that horrible fake butter on it, and I even had a soda, which I almost never ever consume because it's total garbage. But I did it just to indulge in that societal, thing that people do when they go to movies. And I felt awful. I felt really crappy after it. I felt like my shields were down, like I was very vulnerable, very open to emotions that I probably had stored back and was holding back, maybe some stresses that had developed over that expansion period. So a lot of that got processed. Yesterday evening, I reached out, to a friend from the workshop that I've gotten very close to, and he was super supportive, and that really, I think helped bring me through that. As you get these people, as you build this new group of people that understand who you really are and what you're really all about, you're gonna find people like that will naturally come into your life. The nines and tens that actually get you to understand who you are, and then you'll have them when you need them for support in your life. So the next thing I want to talk about is, now that I'm in this expansion period, what does that look like for me? Because I think it's pretty amazing, and I like to share how I make that happen with other people. So what it looks like is I get up at 5:30 in the morning, for the morning routine, and then I basically got some geese. Then I basically have really good energy until about 10 at night, maybe 9:30 at night. So let's say it's pretty much a 16-hour period every day where I have sufficient energy to work on the things that are important to me. I also do my job as well, obviously, because I need to do that at the moment, right? But that is something I'm trying to. Doing all this other stuff is my attempt to actively transition out of that. And so I've talked about my morning routine before. I think it's a key part of why I have that kind of energy throughout the entire day. And to reiterate, it is getting up at 5:30 immediately when my alarm goes off. So my phone it's currently in the bathroom, so that when the alarm goes off, I have to actually get up out of bed. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. If I don't really feel like it, that's what I do. Usually now it's so habitual because I have the Tiger starts playing that I just go. But again, just use the 5-second rule to get up if you need to use it. Do not hit the snooze button, and do not look at at anything going on your phone at that time. I don't look at it because that's just going to cloud my mind with other crap. So I get up immediately, go to the phone. No, I'm sorry, I don't actually go to the phone. I immediately start my workout is what I do. Right? So I have the Tigers playing, and I just use that for my workout immediately. So it even cuts out a step there. So I go into the workout, I do the 50 push-ups, 50 sit-ups, 25 calf jumps, 25 burpees. 100 calf jumps, 25 star jumps, and 25 burpees, right? Try to do that in under 5 minutes. The phone is still playing, and then I get into the shower immediately and take a cold shower, and that's maybe 2 minutes. And then at that point, I may turn off the alarm after that, not looking at what's going on the phone, just turning off the alarm. And then I'll do a little bit of personal maintenance, a really quick shave, usually is all that I do. And then I head downstairs and I create that drink. So it is 1 fresh squeezed lemon and 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar in a glass of water. So it's like, I don't know how many ounces of water, it's just a large glass of water that I use. It's reverse osmosis water. And I just down that, quickly, like in one go, for the most part, because it's It's not the most. It's not bad. It's really not bad, but it's not a sipping drink really. Actually, my kids kind of like it, so maybe it could be. Depends on who you are. So I have that drink, and then the next thing that I try to do is set aside that period where I just make a list. So this is decision mind. I just make a list of the important things I want to do during the day. So example, my list today was that I wanted to write about this idea that I had about how we all live in a virtual reality. And so the next thing was write a blog post. Well, okay, it's going to be about that concept. Film and post a video about expansion. I'm doing that right now. I'll watch at least one of Steve's new videos. I'm going to do a coaching session today. I'm going to help out Allie with working on her closet for her LuLaRoe business. See, all of these things are like important things that are going to improve my life. I'm going to do Mel's 31 sessions. So when you get the 5-second rule, there's 31 sessions. They're via email that you receive as 31 different videos. They're all really great. So I try to look at that and knock that out every day so I don't get behind. Like I'm currently behind on Steve's videos, for example, and I need to catch up. I wanted to write about or think about this AI project, artificial intelligence, that I've been thinking of. There's also, the next thing on the list is a modular habitation project that I've been thinking about, where I want to create a set of modules that you could use to bootstrap a new community anywhere. So there'd be like a power generation module, a food module, a clean water module. Anyway, this is just the stuff on the list. The next thing is to work on YAS, which is the Your Authentic Self system. So I need to keep developing that and working on that on a regular basis. Okay, the next thing is doing Benito's 2-hour challenge. That's a 30-day challenge that I'm continuing to do. I want to add subscription capability to my blog. I don't currently have it. Some people have asked for it, so I want to incorporate that into the blog. I'm thinking about posting some stuff on minds.com. It is a site where you can earn points and kind of promote yourself, so it's different than maybe YouTube or a regular blog. So I was going to look into that a little more. I've heard some really good things about it. And there's another site that I want to look into where people can just give you money in exchange, not really in exchange, just to encourage you to keep doing what you're doing. And it is escaping me at the moment what it is called, but I will put it in the show notes. So that was the list that I made this morning of things I wanted to do today. And I did that before I started working on anything, before I looked at email, before I looked at, WhatsApp, anything. Before I did anything else, I made that list. And that's the last part of my morning routine. Then the next thing that I do is shift into action mind, right? And so start doing some of these things. I might look at my email maybe in that period. It depends, what's going on that day. I might also need to immediately then leave and go to work. If it's a work day, I'm probably getting in the car and heading to work. I'm going to put on an audiobook on Audible, listen to that on the way to work, and then I'll get to work. And what I should do at work is do the same thing first, is create a list of things I need to do at work, right? Because work itself isn't really on my list of important things for me to do, right? I mean, I need to do it at the moment in order to support my lifestyle, to bring abundance into my life. And it's important for me to be an effective person there and to grow, through the interactions that I have in that environment. But it's not something that I put on my personal list to move my life forward, if that makes sense. And it might be on some people's list to do something with the work. Like if I felt like I needed to talk to my boss about the transition, then that would be something that would go on this list because it's part of moving my life forward. And so that's my morning routine, and that seems to do it. So it's daily workout. I also eat in there. I'm eating raw vegan, so I usually do an intermittent fast it's not technically because I do have that drink in the morning, but I basically don't eat until around 11 or later, and then it might just be some nuts or some green juice, and then I usually will have dinner. There's a cat that is upset out there. And then I will have usually a big raw vegan salad for dinner. And the calories that I get, sorry, I'm totally going into different directions here, I know, but the calories that I get in a day are definitely way below the recommended, the recommended food guide pyramid stuff. I mean, everything I do is totally not that. So I don't think the calorie model is accurate at all. Just throwing that out there. I would love to talk about that some more, but I sure don't need the calories. I probably need at least 2,000, I think they would say for me, an active person of my body weight. I don't get that. No way. And yet I still have energy to go 16 hours a day, for 2 weeks in a row before I really need to regroup and chill out. And one thing I will say today is that I didn't get up at 5:30 this morning because I stayed up late last night in that contraction period. So all I did was I set my clock back about 90 minutes to put an extra the sleep cycle in there, because you don't want to be trying to get up in the middle of a sleep cycle and totally screwing up yourself. So I think that covers what's going on with the expansion, my current expansion at this moment, as well as a review of what I do in a day in order to have energy to basically be productive for 16 hours. I do take breaks in there. I'll sometimes go for a walk for an hour and listen to Audible in the middle of the day around lunchtime. So it's not like I'm working that entire time at all. I do take mini breaks, but for me, I don't really schedule much of that at all. So there's probably kind of a break at lunch. Sometimes I go to Toastmasters on certain days of the week. Otherwise, I usually take a walk. But other than that, I don't really schedule a break in there. Dinner is a break. I spend time with the children at night and put them to bed, so that's kind of a break from work. It still takes energy, but again, that's basically my day. I hope that provides a clear picture of what I do. It does work great. Again, I got there over a period of experimentation. I didn't just arrive at doing this. I tried different things and gradually got to where I am right now, to where I found a system that works really well for me. Will my system work for you? Maybe, but probably not. You're going to need a system that's a little bit different, that fits the way that your physiology works, the way your mind thinks, just you personally. So what I encourage you to do is maybe try a couple of the things that I'm doing, see if they work for you, see if they harmonize with who you are and your lifestyle. And if they don't, just try something different. And eventually, life is a continuous process of improvement. Eventually, you'll find the system that works for you and gets the results that you want to have. See you tomorrow.